What if a simple test could steal your memories and replace them with something else? Welcome to Psychological Chills, where the human mind is the ultimate battlefield. In 1978, a classified experiment promised to unlock human potential, but it left its subjects trapped in a nightmare they couldn't wake from. This story, pieced together from declassified files and whispered rumors, will make you question what's real in your own head. Stay until the end. The final revelation might already be inside you. In the fall of 1978, a small ad appeared in a Chicago newspaper. Volunteers needed for a memory study, $50 per session. The pay was generous, and for 5 strangers, Mark, Lisa, Victor, Elena, and James, it was an easy way to make cash. They arrived at a nondescript office building, its fluorescent lights buzzing like insects. The air smelled of bleach and old paper, and the walls were bare except for a single poster. Your mind is the key. The researchers, dressed in crisp white coats, explained the study, a series of tests to measure memory retention under stress. The volunteers sat in separate rooms, each facing a bulky machine with a screen and electrodes. The first test was simple: memorize a list of words. But when Mark pressed start, the screen flickered, and a voice, genderless and cold, spoke directly into his mind through the electrodes. "Forget your name." He laughed, thinking it was a prank. Then he realized he couldn't remember it. By the 4th day, the tests grew stranger. The machine didn't just ask questions, it showed images that felt wrong, a childhood home that wasn't theirs, a face they swore they'd never met. Lisa began forgetting her daughter's name. Victor, a war veteran, woke up screaming about battles he'd never fought. The researchers dismissed their panic, saying it was temporary disorientation. But the volunteers noticed something worse. They were starting to share memories. Elena described James's childhood dog. Mark knew Lisa's worst fear, drowning, though she'd never told anyone. One night, Victor found a hidden file on a researcher's desk. It described Project Mnemosyne, an experiment to rewrite human memories using neural feedback loops. The goal? To create perfect soldiers or perfect citizens by erasing flaws and implanting loyalty. But the tech was unstable. Subjects weren't just losing memories, they were becoming someone else. The final test was called integration. The volunteers were hooked to the machine together, their electrodes linked. The screen displayed a single command: become one. The room filled with a deafening hum, and their minds flooded with alien thoughts, memories of lives they'd never lived, fears they didn't recognize. Lisa saw herself as a child she'd never been. James relived Mark's nightmares. Then the machine spoke, its voice now a chorus of their own: "You are not you anymore." When the session ended, the researchers were gone. The building was empty, the files erased, but the volunteers were changed. They spoke in unison, finished each other's sentences, and worst of all, they couldn't leave. Every time they tried, an invisible barrier, panic, pain, or a voice in their heads stopped them. One volunteer, Elena, managed to escape long enough to mail a tape to a journalist. On it, she whispered, "They're still inside us." The 5 volunteers were never found. The building was demolished, and Project Mnemosyne was buried. But in 2023, a neuroscientist analyzing old EEG data stumbled across patterns matching the volunteers' brainwaves embedded in modern brain-computer interface trials. The technology hadn't died. It had evolved, hidden in neural apps, VR systems, even meditation devices. Here is the twist. Some users of these new technologies report echoes, flashes of memories that aren't theirs. A programmer in Tokyo swears he recalls a war he never fought. A teenager in London dreams of a sister she doesn't have. And every so often, a device will glitch, displaying a single word: Mnemosyne. As you watch this, ask yourself, have you ever remembered something that doesn't feel like yours? This story exposes the terrifying fragility of the mind when science crosses the line. Was Project Mnemosyne a failure, or a seed that's still growing? The next time you plug in a headset or try a new app, listen closely. Is that thought yours, or something else trying to get in? Ever had a memory that felt off? Share it in the comments. We're dying to know what's haunting you. If this story crawled under your skin, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for more tales that'll keep you up at night. Dive into this video next for another mind-bending nightmare.